Is real today. I really do. I just had somebody send me a message on Facebook, and there's a new car called the Dodge Dart. Has anybody seen this yet? They've got a new strategy for how they're going to promote the car. You can actually have friends sponsor parts of the car until you raise money. Anybody else see this? Now, I don't know that I totally grasp and understand it. But folks, this is just another sign, another wave. Traditional advertising is not as effective today. And you go, well, how can you say that, Ryan? How many of y'all have a DVR at your house? How many of y'all use it? Well, when you go watch those recorded shows, do you still watch all the commercials? No.
Only the Super Bowl.
Only the Super Bowl, right? I mean, that's probably a true statement today. So think about those billions of dollars that are being spent exposing all of us, and yet we're not really being exposed because we're fast forwarding on our DVR because we watched it later. So they're having a shift. All of these companies, I can only imagine the meetings that are going on all across the world today going, hey, that traditional advertising stuff, we're not seeing the same return on our investment. Where are the people at? We've got to get people exposed. We've got to make sure they're seeing what we have to offer, right? And so guess what? Where are the people? Well, there's 1 billion on Facebook. That's probably a good place to look. There's another 300 million on Twitter. And I don't know the stats for all the other social media sites, but you get the idea. So we're taking those social media sites where people already are, and we're just saying, hey, tell people about this company. And why should you tell them about them? Because, well, we've given you a great value, mobile service, and then we're going to compensate you for telling them about it. And we're not just going to compensate you once, we're going to compensate you month in and month out. How many of y'all have reoccurring expenses at your house? How many of you would like to have some reoccurring income to pay for those reoccurring expenses? See, most people, if you were like me, you were told all your life that the best avenue, at least it seemed like it, they sure brainwashed us all through school, was to go get a job and have a set, steady, guaranteed income, right? I've never understood why that makes sense when my expenses are never set and guaranteed and steady. The only thing they're steady to do is go up. I mean, it's just last month, we're living in this house we bought about 1.5 years ago, and we got a major plumbing problem. 2, in fact, a water leak and a backage. I mean, you never know when that stuff's going to come up, right? Well, I mean, if you have a job, you don't go to your boss and you go, hey, I just thought I'd let you know the plumbing's kind of backed up at my house. I called the plumbing company. We got a water leak as well. It's going to cost $2,800. I would just want to know if you were going to put that in this week's paycheck or in 2 weeks. Listen, folks, we laugh, but I mean, seriously, like everybody knows that we have stuff that comes up, but how do we offset that, right? We build residual, reoccurring income to offset those reoccurring and unexpected expenses. So that's Solavei. We are obviously a mobile provider. To me, this is just cut and dry. It's $49 a month plus tax, whatever your zip code is. Ours is like $56. There's no contract, and it's unlimited everything. Talk, text, and data. That's it. It's on 4G nationwide T-Mobile network. We had AT&T for 11 years, paying about $180 to $200 a month. Saved us $70 to $90. What else do you need to know? I mean, really, it's just that cut and dry. It's not better service, but it's not worse service either. I can't even tell the difference, honestly. There's places AT&T might be a little better. There's places T-Mobile through Solavei is a little bit better. You know what I mean? There's one distinct thing, though, that's different. Solavei has an opportunity that goes along with it. And that's what makes us unique. That's what sets us apart. We're not a little fish in a big pond out there competing with all these other mobile providers. We stand alone, okay? So, let's move to the next slide. What's in it for you? Why would you want to go tell someone about an opportunity? Well, I'll tell you why I want to. I've been selling cars for about 2 years at Nelson Mazda here in Tulsa. I'm good at sales. I enjoyed it. I broke their company record 3 times. Was making over $100,000. 31 years old, wife, 3 children. Here's what I did like about it every Saturday. Thinking I was getting off at 5, not getting off till 11 because I was stuck in a couple of car deals. Having a day off until they called me and somebody wanted to buy a car and I didn't want to miss a deal. 70 plus hours a week. You think you can do that for a while, the money's good, right? But over time, there's consequences, there's impact on your quality of life. There's things like Saturday basketball games that I want to be at with my son. I got to be at the dealership pretty much bell to bell. You know what I mean? It's just kind of expected. And even if they would let me go, which they would a lot of times, well, then I'm compromising my best opportunity to make money. So it's always this, tug of war. And so in my mind, I thought, this really isn't a path I want to stay on 20, 30 years down the road. So Solavei comes along, and I think a lot of people, they see what's that saying? You see the forest for the trees. A lot of people think this is about mobile service. I don't see it that way at all. See, saving me $70 a month, this is going to sound a little bit arrogant, but I'm just telling you the truth. You probably wouldn't have even got my attention. I would have looked at it as kind of an inconvenience. I don't want to have to get a new phone. I don't have to switch my contacts over. I don't want to have to get it unlocked. $70 a month was not solving my problem. We had enough money coming in. We just didn't particularly care for the quality of life and the impact it had on our marriage and our 3 young kids. But thank God, my friend didn't come to me and try to pitch me on saving $70 a month or $30 or $50. He came to me and he cast a vision. And he told me about the future. And he told me that this company was going to do something great and I could be a part of it. And I could get out of what I was doing and I could replace my income at some point. And then I could be in control of my schedule. So this year, instead of having to miss my son's games, I'm the head coach. Instead of having to call home and say I'm stuck in a deal, I can't be there for dinner, I'm there. It doesn't mean I don't work hard. It's just I get to fit my business around my life instead of fitting my life around my job. And our quality of life has went dramatically up. And so we've been able to replace our income. We net now with Solavei as much as I was averaging netting from Mazda. Folks, I think that's a big deal, and not because it's just me. Chuck, where are you at? Are you in here tonight? I saw him earlier. Chuck's right out there. I know he's in his 80s. I don't know exactly how old he is. And I know his Social Security was somewhere around $1,000. Did you know that he now makes over $1,000 a month in residual income from Solavei? Now, where else was an 80-year-old person supposed to have the opportunity to double their income? See, folks, we don't sell mobile service. We don't save people money on their bills. We change their life. We find out what it is that they can't get in their current situation, and we show them a way to get it. And we tell them, hey, you just got to find a few key people. How many of you all can find 5 people, right? Well, what if those 5 brought in 4,000 and you could replace your income? Or what if you just found 1 or 2 and they brought in enough and you had an extra $1,000 a month? Now, here's the cool thing. Guess what comes along with that? An incredible value proposition on a product and service that every single person uses that is already paying over $50 a month. That just is like icing on the cake. But what we see so many times is that people came here because it was for an opportunity for them, and in my opinion, they turn right around and do their friends a disservice by just trying to offer them a little service. Folks, the most powerful